Hi, I'm Tony, back again with another story. I went out hunting elk with a friend of mine, Gordon. And we didn't go very far, just up against the Rocky Mountains, about 12 miles, I think, from where we lived. And we got to where we were going, and Gordon and we talked about it. He said, okay, you go this way, and I'll go this way, and we'll meet up around sundown. This will be good because we'll cover a lot more territory that way. And I headed going towards the south along the mountains. And I hadn't gone very far when I cut fresh elk sign. And okay, I'm going to follow this. And I followed this one elk through the woods, and he hit the side of that slope of that mountain. And he worked his way up, and I followed him. Went up and up and up, and just about where the tree line is on that mountain. He obviously knew I was behind him. He turned into on this ridge, little shoulder type of ridge on the side of the mountain. And I followed him into there, and he circled around through the scrub that was on the side of the mountain there. And then his tracks just seemed to stop, like he had jumped off the mountain or something. And I circled around and tried to pick up his sign. Where did he go? And I'm circling, and then I circled a bit wider, and no, never did see his sign up there. But then coming around, I saw this another path. He found a really good place because there was the trail coming up that I had followed. And then hidden at the back between these scrub brushes and the low trees, there was another path going down towards the mountain again, but it was going down into this one wash. Kind of a landslide area at one time. And it was a steep slope. And I figured, well, the only place he could have gone is down there. So I looked at the path, and I'm looking at these boots that I was wearing, kind of almost a foam sole. Very quiet and comfortable, but I don't know about on that slope. I was thinking about it, and might as well try it. If the elk did it, I probably could too. And I oozed down onto that slope, that path, about a foot and a half wide is all it was. And if I fell on that path, and I was lucky, I'd just slide down the path, loose gravel, to the bottom. And if I was unlucky, I'd still get to the bottom. I was lucky. I made it to the bottom of that path, and then the whole works just kind of curved around 180 degrees and continued down off the mountain. But that elk, I'll tell you, he was long gone. So I just figured, well, it's getting late. I started oozing on down towards where the truck was to meet up with Gordon. But I hadn't gone all that far. And I started to get this kind of a itchy feeling in my back. Like I was being followed. And couldn't see nothing, looking around. Nobody there to be seen. So I kept on going, and this feeling kept getting stronger. Somebody's tracking me on my trail. I didn't know. It could be Gordon. didn't know. So I kept on going and get onto this one path, and it's about 6 inches of snow on the ground. And I'm making tracks. Make it real easy for the people to, whoever it is to follow me. And then at one point, I'd had enough of this. I stopped, and the trail in front of me was cleared, unmarked snow. So I got sneaky and just kind of backed up, put my feet into my tracks that I had left. And I backed up about 30, 40 feet like that. And then I swung on a branch off the path onto a log and walked about 20 feet and dropped down to the ground behind another log that was laying there. And then I started backtracking. My tracks were hidden behind that log. So I walked back about 200 yards and then just kind of hunched down and waited. Sure enough, it was Gordon. It wasn't any big deal. And then I come out onto the path after he had passed. And he hit the end of that trail and he was totally stumped. I mean, I'm not any great tracker. But it's amazing what you can learn reading books. He was totally stumped at the end of my trail. And I come up behind him. Just surprised the heck out of him. Truthfully, I'm not sure the point. Why am I telling this? Because that's as far as it went. We walked together back to the truck and had a good time. It was a good day, in spite of not getting anything. But I just think of the way I buffaloed him like that. I don't like to be followed. Anyway, you guys have a good one.